So I'm going to show you the results now of what we got. It's been like maybe an hour, and I came back and checked on it. So, all right. So, uh, it finished off with 1% a day of 0.35, and it has a 1% stop loss. So I think it's pretty good. But what really helps me be confident about this is that when I go to 2 days, it's positive. 4 days is positive. 6 days is positive. 1 week, 2 weeks, and it's consistently positive over longer periods of time. And there's 21 in what 3 weeks, and for some reason I tried 4 weeks earlier. I don't know why it's not showing me anything. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. So 16, 4, and then I know that it's consistent over a longer period of time rather than it works for one day, but then you look over here, it doesn't look good, and it doesn't look good here, it doesn't look good there. Over 4 weeks, I think there's a big dip. So let's go and find out what happened here. All right, so there it is. All right, so I think some of these drops here, it'll get you out where it needs to get you out. So losses are expected, and I think over a longer period. I mean, this doesn't look good. I know, I get it. It's 4.5%, but like, dude, like the fees are like high, right? But it's able to trade on these bigger gains. Of course, as it starts to rack up losses, we also need another capability to then pull you out of the trades. But remember, this is all trading consistently over time. Okay. So here, 1% drop, sell out, bigger gain. 1% drop, sell out, bigger gain. Okay. So it has the opportunity to make these bigger gains. So let's see. I think the best one was what, 2 weeks. Alright, so here it is. And it looks like it follows nicely, except for the points where it just drops too many. See why it's kind of near the fee line here. Alright. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a fighting chance for the fees getting too big. But I'm going to run with this for now and test it. See how it goes. Even though it looks decent here, and there's like chance of it like not doing well over time, and all of a sudden towards the end it'll on the 4 week mark it'll tank so much that it just didn't work, and then you have to retune it. Okay, so of course we would retune it every 2 to 3 days. So this will be a little more realistic, 1% a day kind of thing, and that's kind of what I would go with. But then as it we'll get losses, we won't go in, but as soon as we see some positive gains, then we'll jump in and double down. So which I'll show you how to get in on this. But this is what I'm looking for now, and so I can see buy low, sell high. So this is not good, right? Buy low, but then with this opportunity to buy low, sell high. And I like that this gets you at the very bottom of it and then sells high. And then this one was a loss here, of course. Buy low, sell high, but buy high, sell low. Not cool, but it has to do what it has to do, which is 1% loss. Now we may increase this to a 2% loss. We might be able to take more gains if it's maybe selling out too fast. But of course, if we did hold this bag, we would actually end up losing a little more at 2% down here. So I think 1% is fine. It makes us helps us get in a better entry points, at least from what I've seen here. Alright, so now that I can see consistency in positive ROI throughout, that gives me oops. Okay, let me just go back. So this is on a simulated wallet. So what I'm gonna do now is maybe just TRX. Let's go and increase our position. I think this will be trading $50. This could trade at least $100 to $1,000, depending what it is. We want to do $1,000. I think this is $500 right now for this. and if you do 20,000, it'll be $1,000. Okay, just keep it within range. If you have $10,000 to throw at it, and of course when you adjust that, that's gonna affect the ROI because it's based off your current position. Let me run a couple more tests real quick to see what the actual BTC gain will be. 8% there, 2% there. Alright, so we're gonna run on the simulated account, and now go ahead and clear the history. You want to clear the history before you start anything, so that it doesn't commingle old stuff with new stuff. We're gonna start it, and then we're gonna find out what's going on. I'm gonna return back to this video to give you an idea of what's going on, but here's a couple of live ones that I want to show you to kind of give you an idea of what to do. Let's see here. Where's my TRX active live ones? So as I create them, I put them as sim. These are all simulated, and if they do well, then they go into live. And then the DD1 is double down. So let me show you all the DD1s. We sort by name. Alright, I think this is it. Alright, so might be a little bit all over the place. So anyway, so this was doing well, right? I think 5.6 to 5.65. So small little gains, smaller gains, and it might have. I think. So this is our last one here. I think they might have tanked a little bit on the last trade, but we'll see. But every time it did well, I doubled down, and I increased my position from 1,000, right, to 2,000, right. And then as this one did well also, I doubled down even more to, I think I have a DD2 somewhere. DD1, live, sim, see here, this is 3,000, so this one is, so once I see this, then you want to turn it off, okay, but you have to make sure you get out of position first, okay. So there's some that work, some that don't, some that shows that they work, and then you switch it over, and then you start too big, it doesn't do well. But the ones that do prove itself, continue on with that, and continue trading with the live account. So this is one where it's trading on a simulated account, and it's doing well, it looks like. You can view the trades here. Couple losses, couple gains, but as you start to see more and more losses, then start to turn them off to back to a simulated account. Okay, so this I most likely will turn that off, and I'll probably just either sell out of this position before the gains, before the losses continue to rack up here, as this is not working well anymore. Okay. Alright, so that's all I have for now. Thank you guys, and we'll get back to you on the results of the one that we just created, the TRX sim, and we'll see what happens from there. And so that means that we need to start with a smaller amount, and I think that 1,000 might be good enough. So $500, see what we get. And if it does well, then we'll double down on it. Okay. All right. But of course, this is simulated, so this it doesn't really matter. But once we go live, we want to make sure that we start small in it too. Okay. Thanks. Have a good one.